Here we go. Video journal number 2. I tried to post one back in December, but YouTube said it was too long and wouldn't post it. A couple nights ago, I was on there just kind of messing around. I'd posted a couple chemtrail videos and was checking some things and noticed that I was able to reactivate the video journal that I had uploaded. So I went ahead and clicked it, and then here we go. Now it was back on. It posted just fine. So I'm not sure what changed. I did have to verify my account. Maybe that has something to do with it. Probably. Anyway, so here we go, number 2. It is June 18th, 2015. Wednesday. No, Thursday. Sorry. I get my days mixed up sometimes. It's still technically Wednesday to me. I work night shifts, so, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, it's still Wednesday because I haven't been to bed yet. But I guess technically it is Thursday. Anyway. So, what happened on June 18th in my life? Well, went to work as usual. It was work. Although while I was at work, one of the employees there, co-worker, and actually somewhat of a friend of mine, offered me a job in the radio business. I guess he's got a broadcasting degree, and he's got a radio show online that he does. It's kind of independent. He can't get on any real serious radio stations. They won't touch him for some reason. To be honest, I didn't ask too many questions about it. I usually don't when it comes to coworkers. I don't like to get involved extremely deeply in their lives. I think that it's better to leave most of that there, because there's sometimes I'll get involved in some of my coworkers' lives, and like I want to do something for them, but I can't. Because I don't have the finances, don't have the resources, don't have the time, or there's just nothing I can do, and anything I could do would probably just make it worse anyway. So I try my best to stay out of coworkers' business just because it's just less stressful on me. But anyway, he offered me a position to be kind of a radio broadcaster for his internet station, although I would have to train under him for so long until I can get like a certification or whatnot, and it costs $40 a month, and even though I could probably swing it, for some reason I just don't trust it. And I'm just being paranoid about it, but I mean, he's going to be operating out of his own home, and supposedly he's supposed to be training people up, getting them certified for broadcasting, and then helping them find a job somewhere else at some other radio station. And I just can't see him actually doing that, I don't know. Maybe I'm passing up a good opportunity here. I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. He's not expecting an answer anytime soon, so. But I'm still thinking about it. Who knows? Maybe. Anyway. I'm gonna get some Go Juice. So anyway, he offered me that, and like I said, I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure if I want to or not, though. But, I'm thinking about it, though. It could be neat. I always wanted to become one of those radio personalities that, disc jockeys, whatever. I remember whenever I was doing the career test back when I was in high school, they used to always tell me that, one of my top careers would be a radio DJ. That's probably because I like a lot of music, TV shows, video games. Not really into the whole business or accounting or science or anything like that. I just like basic stuff, I guess. So, but I don't
I have been told that I have a rather soothing or comforting voice, and most people don't mind it when I talk, although I don't think they pay extreme close attention to what I say. I think they mainly just listen to the voice itself and fall asleep. But, yeah, whatever. If it helps them, it helps them. Yeah. But, I listen to a lot of people that have like podcasts or do radio broadcasts. Well, I guess I shouldn't say radio broadcast or internet broadcast, but same basic principle. And I listen to them, and there's a lot of stuff that I agree with. And I've always wanted to do that myself. I kind of consider myself to be a conspiracy theorist, and I would love to have like a forum where I could actually talk to people, not just type it, but actually talk to people, kind of like a radio show host. Maybe have people on, to talk and discuss this or that. If they have any kind of evidence or proof of stuff, maybe pop it up, talk about it, let people see it and know. I'd love to do that. I'd love to be a part of something like that. But I just don't know if I trust what he's offering. I mean, it sounds odd, He says that, he'll train the people, get them certified, and help them find jobs. But he doesn't have a school or anything. It'd just be out of his house, I'm assuming. And I don't know. I don't trust it. I really don't. So, like I said, I am thinking about it. So, anyway, enough of that. On to the rest of the day. Work was alright. After about 11. Got home. Had dinner. Although, it was work. Had a barbecue pork sandwich and some french fries. Probably not the healthiest dinner, but, it was alright. I talked to my wife for a bit before she went to bed. Kind of got into an argument, but we worked it out before she went to bed. And everything seemed to be fine this morning when she got up, so there you go. After she went to bed, though, I watched some shows. Watched Daredevil on Netflix. My wife and I have been watching that for the past week or so. It's pretty good, actually. I'll be honest with you, the first episode was kind of, it was slow. The storyline moved really slow. The second episode was a little better, but still kind of slow. As I've noticed about it, though, it gets better with every episode. So, it's unfortunate that they only have the one season on there right now. Hopefully it will get enough good reviews and get enough watches and whatnot that they'll make a second season of it. I'd love to see it. I think they're doing a great job now. I have read a couple of reviews on it, and people have mentioned the red suit. At this point, I haven't gotten to that point in the series yet. He is still wearing the normal black clothing that he starts off with. But I've been hearing that the red suit's pretty, well, just not all that good looking, really. So, but then again, when you try to take a superhero or a hero or a comic book hero, there we go, a comic book hero, and try to make them live action, their outfits, it's tough because, I mean, in the animated cartoon world, they look great, but, I mean, take Superman, for example. Sure, man, on paper, it looks great, but you put those blue tights with the red underwear on the outside on a real person, and it just looks stupid. I kind of like what Zack Snyder did with Man of Steel. Superman still had the blue and red outfit. It wasn't the same. He didn't have those red underwear on the outside, and that was nice. I did enjoy that. I thought that was a smart move. It looked better. So Anyway, but yeah, watched Daredevil, and then I watched Fringe. I like Fringe. It's pretty good. We're on the second season now. We'd actually started watching it almost a year ago and got about halfway through the second season and then stopped watching it. I don't know why. We just stopped watching it at the time. I think we'd watched so much of it we were getting bored with it, but I don't know. Anyway, we're starting back up again watching it, and we're rewatching the second season. We didn't rewatch the first season because we pretty much remember that one, but we're rewatching the second season, and we're, I'd say, about a third of the way through this second season right now. So that's good. And then watch my YouTube videos. Not my actual videos, but excuse me, subscriptions that I have on YouTube. For anonymity reasons, I won't give out those users' names at this point. But there's a few of them. And a couple of them tend to post 1 or 2 videos on a daily basis, so I'll get on and watch them. They're usually not long videos, you know, anywhere from 2 minutes to 10 minutes. Occasionally you may get one that's like 25, but it's not very often. But usually the videos that are 25 minutes are usually pretty interesting. So, you know, it's easy to sit there and watch it for 25 minutes. No big deal. You know, some nights there's a lot of videos to watch and it takes a couple hours. Other times there's just a couple and it only takes about 30 minutes. So, and tonight there's only a few, so it didn't take very long. Now, most nights I would have played some Mario Party on the N64 or some Monopoly for the Wii and rolled up cigarettes for the next day. I usually do that after I get done watching my TV shows, my YouTube videos. But I decided that since we were going to have the kids over Friday, that it'd be better just to buy a couple packs of cigarettes at work tomorrow, or I guess later on today, and just do it that way. This way I don't have to have the whole cigarette rolling machine out and my tobacco and the tubes. It causes a mess, and the kids always want to play with it. And while they're not like smoking the tobacco by any means, it still feels weird having them try to roll up a cigarette, because it's like, you know, they shouldn't be doing that. So it's just easier to do it this way. So anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So don't worry about rolling up any cigarettes, because I'll just buy a pack tomorrow on my way to work, and I can just smoke that. Yes, I'll just roll a few as I'm smoking them. So it works. But eventually my wife came in, got to work, and talked to her for a little bit. And then she went to work, and now we're here. So not a hugely eventful day. I did see a couple things on my YouTube videos that kind of interested me. One of my posters, one of my subscriptions, they had posted a video of what appears like to be a whole bunch of blacked out vehicles, like SUVs and what appear to be almost like medic trucks, only just blacked out. You're painted completely black and no logos on them, on the beds of semis. Not just any semi, but military semis in Colorado, one of the Jade Helm states. And for those of you all who may be watching this and don't know, Jade Helm is a military drill that is slated to operate in the southwestern United States over the next 2 or 3 months. It's supposed to be special forces in accordance with the local police departments, and they're going to be doing multiple training and drills for like urban style combat and so on and so forth. presumably in case they have to be sent over to Iraq, or sorry, well, it could be Iraq, Iran, Russia, North Korea, and they have to operate in urban environments. Here recently they've been mainly operating in like desert areas, forest areas, stuff like that, but it'll be urban. And while on the outside that reasoning does sound pretty sound, if you look at it further and also look at everything that's going on nationally, like all the race riots and the protests and the police shootings, and you'll get a whole different view of exactly what the Jade Helm thing's for. There's a lot of people on the online world who believe it is for martial law. They're getting ready for martial law. And of course, when you say that, you have people go, okay, well, why would they want martial law? Well, if there is ever some kind of emergency, or there is mass chaos, and in the state that it's in, or the states can't get it under control, the federal government may have to step in and assume martial law to calm the problem until it's handled and back to normal. And you say, okay, well, what kind of disaster or what kind of emergency is going to happen? Well, there could be all kinds, and that's the problem. No one really knows what might happen to cause the military to declare martial law in the first place. I mean, you have 100,000 million different people out there. Sorry, 100. Let's just say a whole bunch of people out there who know something's going to happen. They just don't know what. And they all have 100 different theories on what it may be. One thing I've noticed is that people seem to focus on just one event happening. Like, oh, it's going to be an economic crash. Oh, no, it's going to be a meteor impact. Oh, no, it's going to be Yellowstone. No, it's going to be a war. Why not all at once? I know that sounds horrible to even imagine, an economic collapse that's followed by a war that's interrupted by a huge meteor strike or it could be a meteor strike which leads to an economic crash, which eventually leads to the outbreak of war, and eventually martial law is declared out of that. There could be all kinds of things that could happen. In fact, I believe that if something is going to happen, I stress if, because I have been a believer in big events and mass things happening before, and nothing's come to fruition. So I say if something were to happen, chances are it would be multiple things at once, especially if these disasters were engineered by people who were trying to bring down America and its people in some way, then to launch a multiple attack on the people would actually be more efficient, because you could cause more damage, more chaos, and there would be more of an urgency to declare martial law to get the situation under control. And of course, we all know that once the government has declared martial law, chances are they will never revoke it, especially if it is declared on a national level. If it's declared on a local level, like on one city or like one state, it might be revoked. But if it's on a national level and it's because of some huge economic crisis or some war, they'll probably never revoke it. And once they declare martial law, your rights are gone. You don't have any rights. It's done. Over. Kaput. And that's a scary thought to people. Very scary thought to people. Hell, it's a scary thought to me. I don't know. I've seen a lot of stuff out there, online, in the news, and just out on my own in the world. And I'll be honest with you, I gotta agree with people. it seems like at the very least that the government and the military and various other institutions are prepping for something, preparing for something. What, I don't know. And like most people, I have 100,000 theories that may explain it, but none of them can be proved any more than any others, so it's up in the air. What most people do agree on is that whatever's going to happen is probably going to happen in September of this year. There are some people who say it's going to be on like the 28th, something big will happen. Some say the 23rd. I've heard the 24th. I've even heard September the 7th. I hope not. That is my birthday, and I would hate for something horrible like that to happen on my birthday. But this is also one of those 7th-year cycles where my birthday will actually land on Labor Day this year. And in the past, every year that my birthday has landed on Labor Day, the following year has been very shaky, both for me personally and for the world. So, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and find out. If history holds true and the pattern holds true, after September 7th of this year, there's probably going to be some stuff going on in the world that's going to change everything drastically, and probably in my life too. So, but that's why I don't want there to be a disaster on my birthday, because if that is going to happen, I want to have at least one more birthday that's not, marred over by war or economic collapse or something. I don't know. Yeah, see, this journal's more just me rambling. My first journal, I actually tried to explain a few things, but I'm just kind of rambling on this one. Didn't really know what to say, I guess. There wasn't a lot that happened today. I mean, really, there wasn't. I did find out about that, hear about a shooting in Charleston, South Carolina. A predominantly African-American church that was shot up, and there were 9 people shot. Now, there are some reports that say there were 9 people dead. Others just say they were shot, and just a few dead. The rest were just wounded. Either way, a lot of people believe that this is another false flag event, or essentially a setup in an attempt to open up the race issue again, because that seems to be the popular thing nowadays. Let's get people angry about the racial issue. It seems like every time you turn around, there's something else in the news about another white cop that's killed another black guy. That the same thing is happening to other people of other races by cops, but it's just the African Americans being killed who are being featured. If you had an unarmed white man who was killed by a black cop, no one says a damn word. No one. If you have an Asian man, killed by a Mexican cop, no one says a word. Mexican man killed by an Asian cop or a black cop, no one says a word. Yet if a white cop kills any other race but a white person, bam! It is horrible. The most vicious thing. Let's protest, riot, rah! It's stupid. Yes, black lives matter, but white lives matter too. Asian lives matter. Mexican lives matter. Hispanic life matters. French lives, Russian lives, Asian lives, Indian lives, Australian lives. They all matter. Everybody's lives matter. And I understand that, yes, there is a bad habit of the police here in America. No matter what they try to say, they still do profile black people a lot. And I've seen it with my own damn eyes. Yet they're not just doing it to black people. They do it to everybody. Yet no one's focusing on that. They're just focusing on the fact that it's black people. And the people that are trying to focus on just the police brutality aspect of it, the police are killing people of every race for no reason half the time. Those people that try to talk about that aspect of it get accosted and accused of being racist and insensitive and so on and so forth by those that are protesting the white cop killing the black person. And it's like, actually, these people against police brutality, they're actually against the same thing you are. It's just instead of focusing on the black people that are dying, they're focusing on everybody that's dying. Okay, it shouldn't be just about one race and that's it. But all of us being taken advantage of, all of us being watched, monitored, all of us being tracked, and all of us being taken out if necessary. That's exactly what this is about. But anyway, we could have that argument for a long time running if we wanted to. So, who knows? Anyway, we got about 3 more minutes here. I usually don't like to have them go longer than 30. I can't see anybody watching a video journal of just someone sitting here with a dark silhouette figure and a cigarette and listening to it for 30 minutes. So, I thought about 30 minutes, call it good. But yeah, so that's about it for me today, I guess. I don't really have much to say. Anyway, if anybody does happen to watch this journal, I guess you can comment on it. I don't know why you would even want to watch this journal. It's just me rambling about my thoughts. I guess someone's probably out there bored going, yeah, I'll watch. Heck, I've done that myself. Huh. Oh. Alright, anyway, but if you do watch it, you want to comment, say something, whatever, I don't care. And my comments are open. Say whatever you want, even if it's hurtful, horrible, critical. You're free to express yourself. Have fun. Anyway, for those that did watch this video, thank you. And look forward to more. Good night. Later, y'all.